From value-added tax to stamp duties, Nigeria's 36 state governments have sued the federal government to compel it to remit funds generated from stamp duties into state governments' accounts. The Attorney Generals of the respective states filed the suit against the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, in his capacity as the representative of the federal government. The states are seeking a court order for the federal government to refund over 176 billion naira collected as stamp duties on individual persons' transactions within their respective states for the period of 2015 to 2020. They argue in the suit that the power to collect stamp duties resides with the states and not the federal government. The suit is coming at the time the Rivers State government is battling the federal government over the collection of value-added tax, VAT. Rivers State has won 2 rounds of the legal battle, paving the way for more states to embark on moves to collect VAT. Now, for more on the raging legal battle over fiscal federalism in Nigeria, we're now being joined by Olasupo Ojo, a lawyer and rights activist. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm keen to hear your views because currently it's being touted as a tax war. But I'm just wondering, is it really a war? Why is it not a simple case of abiding by the ruling of the court?
I really don't see a battle. There's no battle. There's no war. The court has made an order, and the order is binding until set aside. So let all those affected by the order reorganize themselves accordingly. Rivers State has done it. Lagos State has done it. Let the federal government also comply. Let all other states also comply. It's a very simple court order, very, very simple and straightforward. There's no ambiguity in it. And it relied on the provisions of the Constitution. Ordinarily, matters like that shouldn't have been allowed to fester to the courts. Letters have been written, there have been communications here and there, that this is what we are reading in the law, But, disagreement because money is concerned. Everybody wants money to be with them. So it's about money, about access to public wealth. The rule of law is being shoved aside where money is concerned. But now the rule of law has come in and said this is what the law says. So people should comply. I see nothing wrong in that judgment. It is perfect, it is clear, and anybody can take a copy of the Constitution and read it clear. But when people now begin to maneuver, to begin to read what is not there into it, then arguments will go on. But then, I'm a lawyer.
Okay, a lawyer, which is good. This is why we have you.
Exactly.
Do you see anything wrong?
Lawyers must work.
Yes,
Exactly.
But let me just ask quickly, because I want Hawa wants to come in on this as well. Do you see anything wrong in the fact that the Attorney Generals of the various states are also filing a backdated, claim of 176 billion naira in stamp duty?
It's very heavy. It's a very heavy development. It has happened in the past. The root of the matter is that we inherited military dictatorship, centralization of all powers in the federal government, even up to the issue of who approves building plan. Lagos State had to take the federal government to court, up to Supreme Court, before they could win that battle. Ordinary building plan approved by the federal government took it over. Building that is located in the states, And I think Lagos State government has taken the federal government to court on several other issues. Then the attorneys general of the states, they have also taken the federal government to court over money issues too, before now. And but what I find maybe unsavory in this is where the Attorney General of 36 states unanimously took the federal government to court. Then something is wrong somewhere. If a whole 36 states, that's the federation. They are saying this is it. You alone, because you are federal, you are saying no. Then it's a matter that they should have sat down to agree upon and say, okay, between 2015 and 2020, that's what you are claiming, over 700 billion naira. Okay, please, can we reduce it to 2016 to 2020? They could have negotiated and then henceforth, this is what will happen. But now they are waiting for a court order. They are troubling the court again. Very soon, another order will come and they begin to run scatter again, that the courts have come with their court order and so on. The courts, they are always there until somebody ignites the courts. Now it has been ignited. Why wait for that judgment? Why not quickly the Attorney General call a meeting? There used to be meetings of Attorney General. I don't know what happened. Recently, they have not been meeting again. Most issues are resolved at that level. But now there is no way. I think something is wrong with the system. It is cracking. Nigeria is cracking. And it is really, it's gaping holes all over. There is need to do something quickly. By the time all governments are taking themselves to court, so what do you expect between me and you? I will also sue you one of these days.
I was actually just going to ask about that. It's pretty much the entire nation who has kicked up against this. Yes. Does this not show that we can actually come together to enact things on a higher level? And second of all, we know how it is in this nation with the judicial system, the kind of ping-ponging back and forth with court orders. Now that it's 36 states who have stood in unison, do you think that there will be this ping-ponging with the FIRS suing
or
will it stay?
Over this particular matter on stamp duty, the rules, they have to follow the rules of the Supreme Court on it. They have filed their paper, they have served the federal government. It's time for the federal government to respond, then they give them a date for judgment. And once it comes, there is this provision that all the states can take the federal government to court. States can take states to court. But this one, you go to the Supreme Court directly. You don't have to start from the High Court, Federal to Court of Appeal, and so on. So this one will be quick. It will be. I hope they won't wait for it. It also shows that all is not well. All is not well. We have just been pretending and padding up and trying to manage and so on. Pretend as if things are all right.
It shows a great sense of distrust between the states and the nation as a whole.
No, beyond that, it shows that even that constitution, there are still many provisions that are being misconstrued. It shows that constitution, we need to go back to it. It's a product of the military. I keep on telling the people, stop calling it constitution. It is decree number 24 of 1999, alias 1999 constitution. If care is not taken, it will kill Nigeria. It also shows that the military, they are really not sincere. It's like a trap. It is there, and we are working into it. They are even swearing to uphold it. When I see them swearing to uphold a military decree in a democracy, I expected that Nigerians will have been given opportunity to sit down and write their own judgment, their own constitution, how they want to be governed by negotiation. Powers, okay, these are all the powers, exclusive list. Which one do you want to give to the federal? Which one should be in the state? Let the people decide. If a committee was present their product, the outcome of their discussions, to the people in a referendum, let them say, well, we agree to this, we didn't agree. Well, how did the 1999 Constitution come about?
Okay.
Consultation through consultants, unpicked by the federal government. The outcome was not sent back to the people. It was sent to the Provisional Ruling Council, and they issue it as a decree, and they say that is your law. Now the law is creating problem now.
Okay, look, I think this is a good time to broaden the discussion.
Yes.
Since you're dealing with matters of constitution, we're going towards 2023. Yes. And as usual, every presidential cycle, people are looking forward to something new that will take us towards the promised land. What do you think is critical for us to get in place before we start speaking of the next Messiah? You spoke of the Constitution.
Yes, I think that's the foundation of the entire work. And we have not gotten it correctly. I don't feel it's my product, but the Chief Rotimi Williams, late, he called that Constitution a document that tells a lie about itself. That is, it's a fraud. It's a fraudulent Constitution. That's Chief Rotimi Williams. It's in print. Not that it's in print. He wrote a paper on it. As soon as the 1999 Constitution came out, he looked through everything and came up with that conclusion. That is a fraudulent document. So since then, one would have expected that steps will be taken to say, let's do something about it. Let's evolve a people's constitution. But that means you have to identify we, the people. Who are these we? As a lawyer, if I'm preparing a document for people, I must first identify them. Party A, name, address. Party B, name, address. I put it there. And this is what they have agreed upon. Then they will sign. But in this constitution, no mention is made of any nationality in Nigeria. That who are the parties to that constitution? They are not mentioned. You won't find Efik there. You won't find Igbo. You won't find Yoruba. You won't find the nationalities that made up Nigeria.
Speaking of
it's
which,
like denying their existence.
Mr. Jojo, sorry to interject, but we recently had constitutional consultations around the country.
Same consultation, yes.
Yes, so I want to know, you're pragmatic, you seem like a pragmatic person. How do we go towards this reformation of the Constitution?
The procedure is very clear. Usually you set up a commission who will have that mandate to go and you fund that commission. Not the National Assembly. National Assembly is a product of the same document we are talking about. An independent commission has to engage the people, the nationalities, engage them, broker discussion between them. What do you want? What do you want? Can you give this one this? Can you live together? It must be by consent. Those are the things that has to be there. It's a real work. If they are ready, it can be done within 2 years. It has been done in other countries before. Uganda did it. You see the product that they came up with.
I mean, we have great intellectual minds in our country. Yes. We have very strong, powerful people as well.
Yes.
And you're a lawyer and an activist, and I mean, you came up with this idea as well. I'm just wondering as to why maybe solutions have not been implemented in a more tangible way, rather than just discussions about what to do.
It is not new. When I was president of National Association of Democratic Lawyers, we did it. We brought in the Chief Justice of Uganda, who delivered a paper on how they did it.
After their war?
Yes. So it is not, others have done it. Let us see how they did it. Let's also do the same. And I think it's high time we have to confront that as the number one thing to be done going forward in Nigeria.
Unifying the nation?
Yes. Get the people, they are trying to evolve a country of nations.
National dialogue.
Yes, you have to identify those nations. You have to recognize that they exist. This constitution doesn't recognize that anybody exists.
What do you make of our president's recent, it's almost like the last final dash, he sped up significantly. We saw him recently in Imo State yesterday, seeming to be speaking in a much more, peaceful way, peaceable. What do you make of his efforts now? Is it too little, too late?
I think it's too little, too late, really. If we have to face the reality, things have gone haywire. It was allowed to go that way for whatever reason, but it is not good for anybody. In demolition science, you can demolish a whole house without it affecting the house on the right, on the left.
Right.
But when you allow a house to crumble by itself, it will destroy everything around it. So people are saying, let's come together, sit down and decide. Let people agree how to live together on what terms and so on. The era of dictation is gone. Nigerians are more educated than they were in the past now. So the earlier we are moving towards 2023 now. Another election is looming. What is on ground?
Confusion.
What is on ground? Confusion already. The foundation, we are seeing it. And all these things will skyrocket. It will aggravate from that to other. There are so many issues. Insecurity is there. We are talking about economics. We are talking about the constitution now. There are so many technological issues, health issues, education issues, everything on ground. So we need somebody like an angel, if possible. Somebody with knowledge, somebody who understands what is on ground, who has a full grasp of our historical projection.
Okay, maybe before we let you go, because that was where my mind was going, since it looks like we may not get this constitutional reform you're speaking of before 2023,
we may not be able
we may have to wait for the next president.
That means we must choose
what is your
carefully.
vision of this next president?
The next president, I pity him in advance.
Yes. He's going to be gray before his time.
It must be somebody who knows the problems, somebody who is beyond sentiments, somebody who is knowledgeable in the art of governance, in constitutionalism, in the rule of law. Somebody who is well-grounded in the history and antecedents of the various nationalities in Nigeria and how determined to bring them together so that they can agree. Somebody is ready to midwife a new country of nations. Somebody who understands what it takes. Somebody who not just somebody who is coming from his own corner of Nigeria and trying to elevate his own world outlook and impose it on others. Somebody who is open-minded. Somebody who can communicate. Somebody who can tell people, hey, let's come together, let's talk. Who's ready to talk? Who's ready to engage? Not somebody who will be scared of people, somebody who will hold up somewhere. No, somebody. Look, governance has gone beyond our concept or the military concept, the mentality. We still have that carryover about governance from the military days, where they use these vehicles in dark, you don't know who is getting, black goggle, and so on. No. Now people want to see their president tweeting. Tell us, what have you done today? Oh, I've just finished a meeting today, and this is what we discussed. I believe it will be for the benefit of Nigerians. Yeah, he's talking. Then they begin to react to it directly to him. Not that somebody will just sit somewhere and begin to worship him like a demigod. No. That era is gone.
Thank you so much, Olasupo Ojo, lawyer and activist. We really hope your vision comes to pass.
Yeah, it's a vision. Maybe I'll wake up.
Thank you for engaging with us on Newsday.
Thank you.